Thank you, Sega, for once again proving to me that I cannot escape this blue douchebag no matter what I do. Anyways, Sonic is continuously on a roll it seems, but the Frontiers DLC wrapping up in September and Sonic Superstars in October, you would think we'd be getting a break for a bit, right? Well, obviously not, but that's what we thought. Sega Heartlight, the folks responsible for all of Sonic's main mobile outings outside of, runners, pretty sure, dropped a teaser one night for something, I guess. The next morning, we got hit with a trailer for the next game. It was a mobile game, obviously, but, My nigga, what? This is the next game? This is also a mobile game? What type of shit is this? Announced on November 1st, Sonic Dream Team will be hitting Apple Arcade of all places in just over a month. And the game looked ridiculously impressive for a mobile game. With every week passing until release, we got a trailer showing off bits and pieces of the gameplay, and right before the end of the tunnel, we got hit with that's not what that says. We got hit with literally the best 2D animated intro in all of Sonic history, and I'm not even exaggerating. That shit was beautiful. Fast forward to the time of me writing this script, the game is now out. What do I think of it? Let's take a quick walk and find out. But before we get into all of that, this video is sponsored by me, dressing up as your father for Halloween. I don't know what he looks like? Well, neither do you. That's why the costume is so perfect. So if you're cool with that, let's go. Sonic Dream Team was released on December 5th, 2023 exclusively on Apple Arcade. There's actually a story to follow this time, and you'll never guess what happened. Eggman found an ancient artifact that he doesn't fully understand, uses its powers to try and create Eggman Land, and now Sonic and friends have to work together to stop him with the help of newcomer Arium. Wow, what a totally unique premise that hasn't happened before. I'm joking. It's a mobile game where the story isn't that important. It's serviceable. That's not what that says. It's serviceable, and it's nice to see the characters interact with each other again, especially Cream, who's been gone for the last decade with literally no explanation. I will say, though, they said that the story revolved around her, but if I'm being honest, I'm not really seeing where her importance came from besides the catalyst for Eggman's machine, given the fact that only pure-hearted souls can apparently get the fucking thing, I'm blanking on what it's called at the top of my head right now while I'm writing this, to actually manifest the dreams, but other than that, she operates just like the rest of the cast, so that was weird, but it's not deal-breaking or anything. Like I said, the story is very simple, and it kind of goes back to the realm of the 2010s with how simple it is. Though I will say this is far better written, courtesy of the GOAT, Ian Flynn. Yes, the GOAT, Ian Flynn. Let's not get that twisted. He knows what he's doing. Before I move on from the story, I think I'm obligated to talk about the voice acting and presentation. Everyone is good in their roles except for Cream and Rouge. I don't know what the fuck happened with these two. They're kind of rough. Get it? Because Michelle's... I just fucked up the joke and I don't even want to read the rest of it anymore. I'm gonna chalk it up to Michelle Ruff just being out of practice given the fact that Cream has been absent for the last fucking decade or so. But Rouge? This shit is a little bit more noticeable, especially because she has a very good voice in Prime, but I digress. This game is very pretty. It's impressive what phones can accomplish nowadays. The environments are all bubbly and colorful, and it gives me heavy colors vibes with how everything looks. The animation quality is also really good. The cutscenes, the idle animations, all of it just looks smooth, and it's the kind of quality that I've been looking for a while now. Music is also really good too. A Sonic game with good music, the sky's blue. Anyway, let's move on to the big shit, the gameplay. And let me tell you, this shit is really good. It ain't perfect, it was designed to be played on a phone after all, but Heartlight surprisingly nailed it in a lot of ways. There are 6 playable characters: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Cream, and Rouge. Each of them Each of them play almost exactly the same with the ability to boost and homing attack. Usually, I hate when characters who shouldn't be boosting or homing attacking are boosting and homing attacking, but for this game, I'm gonna allow it because of what it's trying to do. Outside of the core gameplay, each of the 6 characters are broken up into 3s. Sonic and Amy can air dash and light speed dash. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Cream and Tails can fly, and Knuckles and Rouge can glide and climb walls. Sonic and Amy are easily the best characters in the game. Their extra abilities allow for you to keep the speed going. I'm about to start fucking this lineup. Allow for you to keep the speed going and don't really break the flow at all. Tails and Cream's flight is a little too slow for my liking, and you can really... See? I'm already doing it. You can't really fly for long before the meter runs out, but it's still nice to be able to get to higher ground. Knuckles and Rouge, however, holy shit, okay. If you thought Frontiers had the worst gliding and climbing in the series outside of 06, you haven't seen shit yet. Climbing-wise, the controls are a little more tight than in Frontiers, but they climb so damn slowly. And this fucking gliding, oh my god, you only actually glide for like 2 seconds before they lose all airtime and just plummet. Plus, it's even harder to turn while doing it here than it is in Frontiers. Easily the worst gliding of the series. I would rather do that shit in 06 over this any day. Fuck. Outside of all that, the characters all control nicely. I played this game twice, once on my iPad Pro with the Series X controller and again on my iPhone 14 Plus, and I can say that both times the controls felt tight and responsive. Obviously, it's better with the controller, but we knew that already. As for the stages, this is what I felt like cyberspace should have been like. The level design is genuinely really good. A little grind happy at times, but other than that, these are, in my opinion, some of the best designed stages in the series. Feel like if Sega were to go the Frontiers route again where we have an open world with traditional levels, I wouldn't be opposed to Heartlight handling the traditional levels, as long as they never do this shit ever again. The boss fights aren't really anything to write home about though, honestly. They're pretty easy, but I will say Guardian Hunter has a pretty sick design. Outside of the main levels, each act has additional challenges to test your skills, reaching the goal in a certain time, trying to find shards, going through checkpoints, and trying to reach a Dream Orb. Think of the first mission as a way to familiarize yourself with the level layout so that when you do go into these extra challenges, you can do them as quickly as possible. Overall, the gameplay loop delivers on exactly what Heartlight wanted to do, make a very replayable Sonic game, and that's what they did. I just dread whenever I have to play as these two. At the end of the day, Sonic Dream Team was a very pleasant surprise. It seemingly came out of nowhere and it ended up being a genuinely fun experience. My biggest gripe with the game, honestly, is that it's trapped behind Apple Arcade. I get that Apple is the one who funded it, but it'd been nice if more people got to experience it. Just not the ones who are being entitled brats on Twitter. We're now at a point where we genuinely don't know what's next for Sonic. Sega was being all cryptic, sending out letters to people telling them to tune into the Game Awards, so maybe it'll be something Sonic, I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out. I apologize for this video not being up to the new editing standard that I set for myself. I decided to edit this video myself instead of bothering my editor to take the task, due to the fact that we have something much more important planned, and I just wanted to get this out of the way before the relevancy was lost. If it does, I don't know if it will, we'll find out when we find out. Up next, no more distractions. Spider-Man 2 will be hopefully what closes out this year, and I'll be starting up 2024 with something a little different. So hopefully you guys stick around for that. Until then, take care, and tell your mama that I'm on my cuddling buddy back.